Hello everybody, Cooper here from Seminole Airways. I just screwed up last time, but today we are starting a new series as I'm getting ready for my 5th Frontier Airlines flight. Yes, so far I've only flown with them 4 times in the past 2 years. So I'm about to, and guess what? My 5th Frontier flight will be exactly 2 years flat after my first Frontier flight. Oh my gosh. Yes. 2 years flat. Nothing more, nothing less. 2 whole years. Straight up exactly 2 years after my first flight. That oh my gosh, what a coincidence. It's actually because of our weird travel schedule. So yeah, for this series, since it's rather short and I might be able to actually finish the series within the next 10 days, that being today to July 3rd, even though July 1st and 2nd, I'm also really busy on July 1st and 2nd because I'm doing last minute preparation, as I have to do the last minute stuff, preparing for the trip. So basically, let's start off with the Boeing 737 200s and 300s. They're practically the same. So let's get this series going. So we start off all the way back in the year 1994 when Frontier Airlines, based out of Denver, Colorado, is established with 2 Boeing 7. Actually, no, they have. I don't actually wait. No. But actually, I don't think, no, okay, they're not just 2 aircraft, actually. Their fleet in the 90s was not well documented, so that's why calculations and stuff like that aren't as accurate as you may think. So, yeah, be wary of that. I mean, just beware, calculations are not going to be as accurate as one might think, so yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Just a second ago. So basically, the Frontier had a few Boeing 737 200s and 300s, but they had leased from Denver, Colorado-based Great Lakes Airlines, who has been nicknamed the Mother of Frontier. And no, I am not talking about the Frontier Airlines who would eventually become Continental. I'm talking about the Frontier Airlines we all know and love today. The current Frontier Airlines that is the ultra low cost carrier here in the U.S. Yeah, they're one of the low cost carriers here in the U.S. And they're one of 3 well-known U.S.-based low-cost carriers, along with Allegiant and Spirit, who I might get onto in the Aircraft of Allegiant and Aircraft of Spirit series, which I will do later. But those are going to be later in 2019 because I'm also going to be doing. Oh yeah, by the way, this series is not directly copying, but instead is heavily based off of Amtrak Guy 365's Engines of Amtrak. Link in the description below to Amtrak Guy 365's channel if you want to see Engines of Amtrak. So let's get on to the 737 200s and 300s of Frontier. So basically, Frontier had a few 737 200s and 300s that they leased from Great Lakes Airlines, also based in Denver, Colorado. So basically, they were flying those for a while, and then in 1997, they ordered the Boeing 737. They ordered more 737 300s actually. They would actually have they would straight up buy some second-hand 737 300s. They would purchase some more 737 300s, second-hand aircraft, that is, some second-hand 737 300s, and also the 200s from Great Lakes Airlines, including the ones they had previously leased from the beginning. They would straight up purchase those off Great Lakes Airlines, who would eventually purchase newer aircraft. In the late 90s to early 2000s, Frontier began to convert to an all-Airbus Bombardier and Embraer fleet. Yeah. So, yeah, basically what I'm saying is Frontier would convert to all Airbus, Bombardier, and Embraer. So their fleet would eventually consist of Airbus A318s, A319s, A320s, A321s, Bombardier Q400s, the CRJ family, and ERJ family. That is the ERJ 140s and 145s. It's also speculated the Frontier had flown the MD-80 at some point, but since the MD-80 is too obscure, since the Frontier MD-80 is way too obscure for the series, I will not be including it in the main series. I will actually include it so the A320neo will also be in the series, but let's get back to the 737. So basically, already they started the conversion to all Airbus Let me just tell you, Frontier started converting to an all Airbus Bombardier and Embraer fleet in 1999, starting with the Airbus A320s, also the A318s and A319s. Actually, they started with some Airbus A318s, which we'll get onto later. And actually, but just a quick, whoa, hold on. Yo, I'm busy.
Not just your room.
I'm busy recording.
Hello, everybody.
I'm doing an Aircraft and Frontier series.
Get off me.
Stop.
Don't spit on me.
No.
Why is it so bright?
Guys, I'm sorry if this happens.
The city is an idiot. Record. Hey, record.
Oh, you can flip the camera in the middle of the video without it interrupting.
Go.
So yeah, basically the A320s, the 737-200s and 300s would eventually be retired in the late 1990s to early 2000s. So, basically this would mean that even though some of these, they were already reaching over 25 years in service, since they were second-hand aircraft that Frontier had purchased off of Great Lakes Airlines. So, yeah, eventually in the late 90s to early 2000s, with the conversion to an all-Airbus, Embraer, and Bombardier fleet, this would be the end of the line for the Frontier Airlines Boeing 737-200s and 300s. There was not much documentations on the 200s, but the 737-300s were documented a lot more. And again, this series is based off of Amtrak Guy 365's Engines of Amtrak, but instead of a railroad, this series is about an airline. So go check out Amtrak Guy 365's Engines of Amtrak, link below in the description.
Help me out.
Okay, you can cut the video now. We're gonna trim it.
Shout me out, Master Lee Wolf.
Go check out Master Lee Wolf 447's channel.
447? It's 477.
Oh, I mean,
it's not 477. It's just Master Lee Wolf Cooper.
Go check out Master Lee Wolf's channel. Even though I can't do two URLs, but go check out Master Lee Wolf's channel.
Do mine.
We'll do a promo video. We're gonna do a promotion in the future video. Probably as part of it. It'll probably be a part of my trip report on July 3rd for my 5th Frontier Airlines flight. So thank you all for watching.